Alright guys, good morning. Welcome to our unique devotion for the day. Um, just gonna hop right in. I really am not awake yet at all, but this will hopefully be a good way to start getting the brain rolling. I'd like to start off with a quote from Lewis Smedes. The book was called Keeping Hope Alive. Here's the quote. "A mere baby, after all, lying in a manger long ago, is still a sign of hope that the Creator has joined his earth and is heaven-bent on fixing it." I like that quote because what we do here is work with that. Work with God being heaven-bent on connecting again with us, on fixing the brokenness of our lives, that sort of messiness that tends to happen, and giving us direction to overcome that brokenness and messiness. So, in order to do that, we read the scripture. That's what I'm going to do for us here. Is 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verses 25 through 28. This is entitled "Unmarried and Widows." "Now, concerning virgins, I have no commandment from the Lord, yet I give judgment as one whom the Lord in his mercy has made trustworthy. I suppose, therefore, that this is good because of the present distress, that it is good for a man to remain as he is. Are you bound to a wife? Do not seek to be loosed. Are you loosed from a wife? Do not seek a wife. But even if you do marry, you have not sinned, and if a virgin marries, she has not sinned. Nevertheless, such will have trouble in the flesh, but I would spare you." Okay. So what is he really getting at? Okay, so there's different questions going on already about where we are in life. If we are one way, we shouldn't seek another. More or less being content in where you are. So what sort of stands out to me in my mind is the thought of not being caught up in the future of what should be, but being caught up in what's happening now. And in this case, not being caught up in, if you're bound to a wife and things aren't necessarily going right or going well, trying to get loosed, trying to remove that, trying to basically divorce, trying not to worry about that, but be in the now, because what's happening right now is the truth of the situation. And when you're willing to face the truth of now, of the situation, you can fix it moving forward. He also describes virgins that they shouldn't be so caught up in not being a virgin in the future, but know that they are now, and they are pure in their selves now, and not worry about what's happening as far as relationships into the future, but appreciate where you are now and being content with where you are now. That can be very difficult, especially for the youth of today. So those are some examples, and we could probably come up with more, but this is meant for us to think. This is meant for me to think. So today, instead of really getting caught up in where the future might go, I'm gonna really focus on what's happening now, and probably for the next couple of days. Yeah, these questions lately have really caused me to think. The last question was, do you know whose you are? Like, do you know who you belong to? there's multiple levels for that. The most obvious here is God in that level, but at this point, going with today's scripture, I am married, so in a sense, I also belong to my wife. I also belong to my family. I also belong to my friends in certain aspects. I belong to those around me that are in need of help and assistance as a sort of servant and helper. I also belong to myself. Just reflecting on things in that way, going a little deeper, really thinking about who I belong to in total of my life. Those are some examples, some things I've been really contemplating. So, not the future, but now. It's this statement. I'm going to really focus on that, see what I come up with. Hopefully that just starts to jog your mind a little bit and maybe think of a few ideas or a few situations in your life, and then really sort of take that and see if that question fits in other areas of your life, like I just did with friends, family, wife, God. See where that takes you in thinking about not the future, but now in different situations in your life. And just as you go through the day, let that just sort of pop out every once in a while, and just, does that make sense for this moment? That question, and then think about it. So, there's no pump-up music today. Lately I've been putting some, but remember there is a playlist on this channel of all sorts of really good pump-up music, and you're welcome to peruse over that and click on any one of those. Please like this if this was helpful at all, even if it wasn't. Please subscribe to the channel. I continue to do these videos, plus there are tons of videos already made going through multiple books of scripture that you are welcome to go back to and work through totally on your own time. Leave comments anytime, totally appreciated. Some people give me comments, they always give me perspective, good or bad comments, they give me perspective, things to think about. And yeah, that's it. I know that God is giving you all the blessings you deserve, even more so, all the blessings you don't deserve. Till next time, have a wonderful day. Peace out. Please share this on all your social media, guys. Love you. Next time.